Okay, let's talk about a book that has truly stood the test of time. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by the great Stephen R. Covey. We're going to break down the core ideas from what is, no joke, one of the most influential books on personal change ever written. So what makes this book so different, so powerful? Well, it's all about its principle-centered approach. This isn't about quick fixes or trendy life hacks. Nope. It's a deep framework for solving fundamental problems, both in your personal life and at work, by aligning yourself with principles that they just work. I mean, does this sound familiar? That feeling of spinning your wheels, being busy all day, but not really getting anywhere meaningful. This is exactly the kind of thing Covey gets at. He taps into that feeling so many of us have, that need for our actions to line up with our values, for better relationships, and just a sense that what we're doing actually matters. Covey's central idea is that for a long time, the whole idea of success got hijacked by what he calls the personality ethic. You know, the shiny stuff, public image, communication skills, quick fix techniques. But he argues that real, lasting success is built on something much deeper, the character ethic. This is the bedrock stuff: integrity, humility, patience. Basically, one is about looking good, and the other is about being good. Big difference. Now, to make this shift, we first have to wrap our heads around our own paradigms. Covey uses this fantastic metaphor. A paradigm is like a map. And think about it. If you're trying to get around Chicago, but you're using a map of Detroit, it doesn't matter how positive your attitude is or how fast you run, you're just going to get more lost. The point is, to make real change, we have to work on our maps, our perceptions, not just our behavior. And this quote just nails why character is so important. You can learn all the right techniques, you can say all the right words, but if your character isn't there, if people don't trust you deep down, they will feel it. In the long run, who you are communicates way more powerfully than anything you could ever say or do. And that leads us to Covey's inside-out approach. It's simple, really. Lasting change starts from the inside. It starts with our deepest self, our paradigms, our character, our motives. The idea is that private victories, the wins you have over yourself, have to come before public victories, your successes with other people. You've got to be trustworthy before you can actually be trusted. Makes sense, right? And this whole journey is a process. Covey calls it the maturity continuum. We all start out in dependence. Think of a baby. The paradigm is you. Then we grow into independence, the I can do it myself stage. A lot of self-help stops here, but Covey says the highest level, the most mature, is interdependence, the we paradigm. That's where we realize we can work together to create something way bigger and better than we ever could alone. And the 7 habits, they're the roadmap to get there. So the journey begins with the private victory. This is all about mastering yourself and moving from being dependent on others to being truly independent. The first 3 habits get you there. Habit 1, be proactive, is the big one. It's realizing that no matter what happens to you, you have the freedom to choose your response. You are in the driver's seat. Then, habit 2, begin with the end in mind. Okay, you're driving, but where are you going? This is about designing your life with purpose. And then habit 3, put first things first, is where the rubber meets the road. It's all about executing on what's most important, not just what's screaming for your attention. All right, once you've achieved that private victory, once you've got your own house in order, you have the strength of character to move into the public victory. This is all about effective teamwork and building great relationships. And these next 3 habits build on that solid foundation. Habit 4, think win-win, is a total mindset shift. It's not about you winning and them losing. It's about finding a third way where everybody benefits. The key to getting there is habit 5, seek first to understand, then to be understood. This means you actually listen. I mean, really deeply listen, before you even think about making your own point. And when you do that, you open the door to habit 6, synergy, where the whole becomes greater than the sum of its parts. It's that creative magic that happens when people truly cooperate. So, how do you sustain all of this? That sounds like a lot of work, right? Well, that's where the final habit comes in. It's the one that makes all the other habits possible. Covey tells this perfect little story about a guy who's been sawing a tree for hours and is totally exhausted. Someone comes along and says, "Hey, why don't you take a break and sharpen your saw?" And the guy says, "I can't, I'm too busy sawing." It's such a powerful metaphor for how we often work ourselves into the ground without taking the time to maintain our most important asset, ourselves. So habit 7 is sharpen the saw. It means taking time for regular self-renewal across 4 key areas of your life. There's the physical, your body; the mental, your mind; the spiritual, your core values, and the social/emotional, your relationships. And here's the thing, if you neglect any one of these, it affects all the others. It's all about balance. This all ties back to the core idea of effectiveness, what Covey calls the PPC balance. It comes from the old fable of the goose and the golden egg. Production, or P, is the golden eggs, the results you want. Production capability, or PC, is the goose, the asset that produces those results. True effectiveness means you have to take care of both. If you only focus on getting the eggs, you'll eventually kill the goose that lays them. So I'll leave you with this question, straight from the book. Thinking about those 4 areas, your physical health, your mind, your spirit, and your relationships, what is the one thing you could start doing that you're not doing now that you know would make a huge positive difference in your life? Answering that question for yourself is the first step toward becoming truly effective.